This that no nonsense, and I want to talk to you about is Maverick Carter trying to boost up LeBron and Michael Jordan's month. So let's go.
All right, guys, while discussing the Last Dance documentary, Maverick Carter took the opportunity to take a shot at Steph Curry by saying that Curry would have trouble guarding him. Yesterday, Steph responded saying he was unbothered by the comments and, quote, "You look
I
stupid."
would tell you this: the Mavericks have trouble guarding Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry normally destroys the Dallas Mavericks when he plays. You can just look up the history. So I'm pretty sure if you got a Maverick in your name, Carter, you don't want to see Steph.
If you're saying something to try to use my name to either get some pub or some heat or some clicks or whatever it is. So, Shannon, do you have a problem with Mav saying this?
I absolutely do. And Skip, I don't know what his end game is.
I do know what his end game is. Listen, guys. LeBron did tweet out this. LeBron said, "What if I had a documentary of my greatest highlights?" I think he deleted that tweet. I don't know if he did. You guys can find it if you can. He deleted it. But LeBron James said that. And normally with these LeBron James fans and these Michael Jordan fans, they get into debates to see which of their own players that they like is more Superman. So they try to throw digs at each other. They throw the 3-6 dig at LeBron, right? Saying that he been to the finals 9 times and lost 6. And LeBron James fans said he lost 6 because he went against great teams and he had no help. Michael Jordan never lost because he went against quote unquote plumbers. You see the nonsense here? And the guys say that these guys were plumbers, right? They hold records. John Stockton hold all-time records that still haven't been broken yet at a slower pace, right? You look at Charles Barkley, you look at Magic Johnson, you look at Isaiah Thomas, you look at Larry Bird, you look at a lot of these players, Patrick Irwin, you look at the Houston Rockets, you look at Shaquille O'Neal. You can't say the players were plumbers when Shaquille O'Neal played in the 90s. You can't say these players were plumbers where Penny Hardaway played in the 90s. But guys ain't, so they like how these guys were plumbers that Michael Jordan beat them. And a lot of the smarter LeBron James fans say that, yeah, I know they ain't plumbers, but Michael Jordan did have help, but LeBron didn't. So it just ways to see which player is more like Superman. And even LeBron James weighed in on that because he have received criticism, which is legitimate. But that's only because of the pressure LeBron James puts on himself and the media puts on him because they hold him to no accountability, right? He puts on this facade or he masquerades in this image that he never has any help. And saying that Michael Jordan has had help. Pretty much trying to make himself seem like this king that he believes that he is. Quote unquote king that they call him. Keep in mind, this criticism is created because they hold him to no accountability. When you claim that you're Superman and you got broad shoulders for a reason, then guys are going to want to see it. And when they see you fall multiple times, brother, they want to see how you respond to that. And when you try to sweep that under the rug and your media comes to your rescue and hold you to no accountability, then that's when the animosity starts. Keep trying to tell LeBron that. It's okay to admit your flaws, brother. Right? It's okay to admit your flaws. LeBron James don't want to do that. LeBron James want to promote this image that he does no wrong. And whenever he does wrong, it's never his fault. It's his teammates' fault. That's what he likes to do.
What was he hoping to accomplish by saying this? And here's the thing. There are perks that comes along with being in LeBron James' inner circle.
Well, you just got to kiss up to him and say that he's this quote-unquote king.
One of the perks and
Listen, guys, the reason why I said it was Michael Jordan's month is because this whole documentary situation, right, in sports media. Obviously, Michael Jordan picked a great time to post this documentary with basketball being out. So LeBron is going to soon find out, or if he hasn't already, how truly powerful Michael Jordan is. LeBron James got to realize that he is not eye to eye with Michael Jordan yet. He is not eye to eye with Michael Jordan. LeBron believes that he is eye to eye with Michael Jordan. And a lot of these guys that get on TV and try and tell LeBron this crap that he believes, they don't believe it themselves. To get a job in the media, you real deal, gotta get on TV and kiss up to this dude. And keep this in mind, guys. Do not be deceived. They get a lot of these stupid guys. Even if you hate LeBron, they'll let a couple LeBron haters get on TV. They don't know the game. So they get up on TV and they express they hate on LeBron and they can't debate. A lot of these guys that hate LeBron can't debate. And then then these LeBron fans just debate them down with numbers and logic of the game and make the LeBron haters seem stupid to promote that if you don't believe what we tell you, then they're as stupid as this guy on TV. They never going to get a guy that doesn't believe LeBron James is the GOAT and has legitimate substance that believes that. They're never going to put him on TV. They're never going to. They're just going to hawk after these guys that can't debate, right? Get these, salty LeBron haters that put him on TV that's easy to debate against. Even your little 9-year-old could debate against them. They're just haters, right? They tend to do that. You got to watch out for that. But LeBron James believes truly that he is eye to eye with Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan is not studying LeBron right now. Michael Jordan wasn't a saint either. Just remember that, right? Just remember that. I'm not a fan of anybody. I'm just being real with you. Not a fan of anybody. That position is supposed to be held for God. That's just my opinion on it.
One of the perks, there's obviously, he's on a lot of
guys are like, why are you so serious about that or anything? Like I said before about the sports media and how these guys try to do. They try to pretty much plant seeds, right? They try to plant seeds of idolatry, such as being a fan. Or, you know what I'm saying? Guys get too emotionally invested in fans. A lot of these NBA players be wondering why guys burn their jerseys. It's because they're fans of you, right? When you emotionally invest into a player, you got guys that literally disrespect other people to make their favorite players seem good. Get into fights to make their favorite players seem good. They think of this favorite player, he's quote-unquote relatable to my life, or he's someone I want to be. And when he leaves the team, he shatters your little world. He shatters this little image that you put of him, and now you're burning his jersey. Like I said before, you have guys that you dislike, but for you to hate someone that much, right, when you burning jerseys and when you're just talking bad about a person, for you to hate someone that much, it had to be some type of love involved, right? You have to love someone, right, at some point for you to hate them that much. A lot of these guys tweet saying that why these fans be burning our jerseys, the game ain't that seriously. The game ain't that serious, excuse me. That's only because, brother, they're fans of you, right? If the media want promoting idolatry, saying worship these NBA players, then fans will only look at the game of basketball. They'll have favorite players. Not saying it's bad to have a favorite player. They only have favorite players, but they just won't be thinking of you as gods. And when you shatter their little world, then they go in to hate you. They're just promoting idolatry. This is what I mean by the fan, saying that position should be only held for God, right? They'll never put your trust in another man.
These projects, Space Jam, the barbershop, all this stuff, Maverick Carter being a part of LeBron's inner circle gets that benefit. But one of the drawbacks is you have to be careful of voicing personal opinions because fairly or unfairly, people will assume that came from LeBron. Skip, remember I told you early on, I made it crystal clear to my mom and my sister and anybody that I was dating and anybody of my homeboys, do not speak about anybody that's currently playing in the NFL because people will assume that came from me. You have your own voice. Yes, you can say whatever, Skip, but that's only natural. What does he hope to accomplish by saying this? First of all, and Skip, and I know people say, well, Shannon, you said you could outrun Jason Witten. I did, but Shannon Sharpe is in the Hall of Fame as a former football player. Shannon Sharpe was an all-pro. Last I checked, I didn't see Mav on any roster in the NBA. What's the end game, Skip? What does he hope to accomplish by saying that? Mav, you accomplished. You don't need to bring that.
To boost up his homeboy LeBron James. That's why. Because LeBron James is at a mission to conquer Michael Jordan's image to become the next Muhammad Ali. That's what LeBron James is hoping to do. LeBron James knows on the court he's not going to surpass Michael Jordan. He knows that by now. But he wants to do it off the court. But he's going to very soon realize how powerful even Michael Jordan is off the court. This is why they take opportunities to boost up their teammates, such as Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman. This is why they take opportunities to do this, because they're trying to boost up this LeBron as king and Superman. This is why they're doing it. It's just all in an attempt. So what happens when you got these LeBron James fans and LeBron James debating each other? If you actually got a LeBron James fan with substance and a Michael Jordan fan with substance debating each other, then it'll actually be quite interesting. When you got these, Maverick Carter, LeBron James homeboy, who's going to be biased anyway, crediting Scottie Pippen and his other teammates, they're just pretty much telling you that, Michael Jordan was great, but he need those guys, right? But at the same time, say that about LeBron and Kyrie Irving. Kyrie averaged literally 30 in the finals, 29. D-Wade, 24 in the finals. Guys say D-Wade was washed, but D-Wade averaging 24, 25 in the finals, right? He can't be washed to me. You got Chris Bosh averaging around 18 to 22. You got Kevin Love averaging around 18 to 22. Right? Now give me a break. You're not gonna say that. You're just gonna keep quiet when guys say that LeBron has no help, and you allow LeBron to say crap like I averaged a triple double. I left everything on the court. What more can I do? Like, give me a break. Like, it's just guys attempt to make each other players seem more like Superman.
Man, name into it. Second of all, Skip, no elite level defender can stop another elite level offensive player. KD ain't stopping LeBron. LeBron ain't stopping Kawhi. James Harden ain't stopping Steph. Skip, that's just the way it goes.
Of course, thanks for acknowledging that. But the reason why they own Steph is because of the Warriors' hate. They're just jealous of the Golden State Warriors. You know how I know they're jealous of the Golden State Warriors? It's because everybody didn't care the fact that LeBron James was going to get Anthony Davis and Kawhi Leonard. But everybody was up in arms for Golden State to get Kevin Durant.
No, we know this. Is Steph Curry an elite defender? No. But he's plenty good enough to get the job done. And what he is, he's a bigger asset on the offensive end than he is a liability on the defensive end. Steph Curry is a transcendent player because nobody is concerned about dunking now. Everybody wants to run behind the three-point line. That's Steph Curry. Skip, I don't know what Mav hoped to accomplish by saying this. He didn't have to bring this man.
Everybody want to run and dunk because of Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan started that. The impact Michael Jordan had on the game is like the impact Stephen Curry is having on the game. When you have a great player, and the reason why you look at LeBron James, you're like, LeBron James has an impact. The reason why guys don't really copy LeBron James is because LeBron James' game isn't necessarily relatable. Because guys promote LeBron James as a guy that cannot be copied. He's a once-in-a-lifetime generational talent that nobody can be like. So nobody really can be like LeBron because LeBron seems like an alien from another planet. Like he came from Saturn or something. And that's what LeBron James is promoted. When you look at Steph or you look at Michael, guys wanted to be like Michael. Guys wanted to be like Stephen Curry because they seem like guys that if you work hard enough, then you can be somewhat like these guys.
Name in it and leave that alone. Now you got people like, you know Bron said, man, you know Bron said. That's not Bron said that. That's what Bron said. Fairly or unfairly, that's now LeBron's got to have to go to, at some point in time, LeBron, did you hear what Maverick said? Nah, that's unfair to LeBron. Mav, you wrong. Mav, you are wrong for this one.
Okay. I hear you. I agree with you. But let me preface what I'm about to say by saying I'm a big fan of Maverick Carter's. He is a dynamo. He's a force in LeBron's life. As LeBron's manager, he has made so many great things happen in and around LeBron James that have been crucial to LeBron's success on and off the court. LeBron can trust him because he's so trustable. But to your point, as Maverick's celebrity rises and he becomes a sought-after commentator off, his appearances on The Shop as sort of the moderator, mediator on The Shop, he's going to have to be more and more careful because you are bingo, dead right. I just assumed that came from LeBron.
But everybody knows LeBron doesn't really like Stephen Curry, so it comes as no surprise to me. And nothing about Steph Curry's defense. Even when Steph Curry's on the floor, Warriors still manage to be top 5 in defense in the playoffs. So it's obviously not that bad. When Carmelo's on the floor, you're not going to be top 5 on defense, even if you have a great defensive team. If Warriors had Carmelo on the floor, they're not going to be top 5 defensive team. If Warriors or any other top 5 defensive team had Ernest Cantor on the floor, they're not going to be a top 5 defensive team. But yet, Steph Curry's on the floor and they're still a top 5 defensive team. So his defense ain't really just that bad. Once again, it's just guys nitpicking.
When I read the quotes last night, I thought, oh, that's what LeBron told him over a glass of wine. And maybe that's fair or unfair, but then Mav got so full of himself that he went LeVar Ball by saying, gee, I haven't played a decent game of basketball in what's it been, in 18 years, he said, but he couldn't guard me. And he said, the world knows that Steph can't play any effing defense. Well, I don't know if the world thinks that. I think NBA insiders think that. I think...
the world do think that because of, like I said, the hate of the Golden State Warriors. That's why he thinks that, because if you actually go to barbershops and everywhere else, guys think that Steph Curry is one of the worst defenders in the league. But Steph Curry's defensive stats still rank amongst the highest amongst point guards. Because, like I said, the team still becomes top 5 in defense with him on the court. You're not going to be top 5 in defense with Carmelo on the floor. You're not going to be top 5 in defense with Ernest Cantor on the floor. Yet you're top 5 in defense with Steph Curry's on the floor, right? Obviously, he's not going to guard. If you look at Steph Curry's opponents, such as Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant before he went there, LeBron James, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Russell Westbrook, these guys are just bigger, stronger than him, right? It's crazy, man.
LeBron basically
Right.
thinks that, but you remember, his context was he was trying to
And that's Kyrie Irving's sweet spot.
say that Jordan needed Pippen to do some of the dirty work so that Jordan could be Jordan.
Right.
That Jordan could lead the league in scoring as he did 10 times, including that last dance year of 98. Mav neglected
Right.
to say that Jordan.
Look at Skip. Look at Shannon. He like Shannon. I wish. Look at Shannon. He like Skip. I wish you never included that. You making my LeBron James the GOAT debate much more harder and harder. I guarantee you this. Shannon don't even believe LeBron James is the GOAT. Shannon's promoting this image. See, like I said about this Undisputed show, it's two guys on one side and one guy on the other side. Think about when you look at politics, you got conservatives and liberals. You have one guy that's so far right, but one guy that's so far left, right? And then one of them is going to be right, so one of them is going to seem like a genius and one of them is going to seem like an idiot. So when Shannon is right, then Shannon's going to seem like a genius, and Skip is going to seem like an idiot, and then Shannon goes to clown Skip. Or when Skip is right, Skip gonna seem like this genius, and Shannon's gonna seem like an idiot, and Skip is gonna clown Shannon. That's what this show is about. One takes one far side, and the other takes the other far side, and one of them is gonna be right and seem like the genius, and the other is gonna seem like the fool.
Jordan was also first.
But you can tell Shannon hated that he brought up that. I don't even think Shannon, like I said, believed that LeBron James is the GOAT. See, a lot of these guys don't believe that crap. Like I said, they're trying to get a job, they're trying to get money in their pocket, they're trying to create a personality. You look at Stephen A. If you look at how Stephen Curry changed the game on the court, you look at Michael Jordan, you can say that Stephen A. is probably changing the game being a sports analyst, because a lot of guys trying to come in and act like Stephen A. They're trying to get a personality and say ridiculous things so they can get celebrities to come on their show, right, and get a little personality.
Team all defense that year in 98, his last year in Chicago. And Michael also
Correct.
was a defensive player of the year. So let's not undercut Michael's ability to play defense as well as Scotty, because Scotty was a great defender also. But
Right.
Mav did go on to mention that Steph was or is a steals artist. Well, just for the record, Steph Curry won back-to-back MVPs, as you recall, in 15 and 16. In both of those years, 14, 15, 15, 16, Steph Curry led the NBA in steals both those years. Well, that's some defense. I know it's roaming defense, it's off-ball defense, but still,
Right.
it helps your
Right.
defense if you're stealing the ball. So you got to give him.
And guys switch everything. You can't look at saying that, oh man, Steph Curry guards the weakest defender and then Klay Thompson guards the best defender. I mean, guys switch everything. Golden State switch everything. When they switch Steph on him, Steph has to guard him because that's how they switch. Everybody switches. But yet they still somehow rank top 5 in defense.
Some points there. And then finally, if
Right.
we flip it around to LeBron, you know, it was offensive to me that last year, his first year in LA, LeBron just played embarrassing defense. He played nonchalant, didn't care, sort of.
Thank you, Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless is alluding to something that which I alluded to, but he's alluding in a different way. My thing is, if you're going to say that about Michael, say that about LeBron. He's saying that if you're going to say that about Curry, say that about LeBron. My thing is, if you're going to, he was talking about Michael. He was just using Curry as an example, right? But he was just talking about Michael, how he needed help. Well, say that about LeBron, how he needs help. But he's not going to do that. Because like I said, he's promoting this little argument that these two fan bases have where they got to make their favorite players seem more like Superman.
Defense. And he's playing much better this year, and I hope we get to see the end of this year sometime soon. But the point is, you know, LeBron was defensively challenged, so you come off as being a little hypocritical there. And then finally, if you say that Steph can't play any defense, then you know where it's going to take me back to, Shannon. It was that game 1 of 2018 finals at Oracle. We've gone back and forth about the game. It had It had potential to be LeBron's greatest game ever because he'd scored 49 points all the way up to the last few seconds of regulation, and he got the switch, and guess who was guarding him? Steph was guarding him. So if he can't play any effing defense, the world knows that, well, then LeBron should have just taken him. You know, he's, what, Steph, I'll give him maybe 6'2.5", 6'3", and LeBron should have either taken him to the basket and gone to the foul line or just done what Jordan did to Brian Russell, just rise up and shoot a jump shot. Win or lose, sink or swim. You're down one at the buzzer.
That's why he didn't do it, because LeBron James doesn't like the pressure. That's why. LeBron James hits a lot of shots when it's tied because there's no pressure. He knows he's going to overtime. A lot of guys are like, well, I'm nitpicking LeBron James. That's just true. That's just a pattern. That's just what I see. Notice whenever they're down, LeBron James tends to kick out a lot. Guys brag about LeBron James' defense, right? I mean, not his defense, excuse me, his field goal percentage, right? His field goal, oh man, he shoots 60%. Oh man, he shoots 50%. But yeah, he's passing it to guys. You look at Kyle Korver's field goal percentage in the last seconds. It's not good. Okay, exit this out. You look at Kyle Korver's field goal percentage in the last seconds. It's not good. So if you really this analytical nerd, because analytics is one is an extremely important factor of making LeBron James this GOAT or trying to make an argument, then one can make an argument saying that LeBron has a better chance at taking a shot himself in the final seconds than kicking out to guys that have poor field goal percentage in the last seconds. Okay.
And we know that LeBron passed it to George Hill, and we know JR lost his mind and didn't know what. We know all that, and then LeBron melted down. The point was, you know, it just took me right back there because I'm thinking, wait a second, if Steph can't play any defense, then LeBron should have taken advantage of that in one of the most crucial moments of his career when they could have gone up 1-0 on the prohibitive favorite Golden State Warriors in 2018.
Skip, there are a couple of other guys that didn't think people thought they couldn't play defense. That's John Stockton, led the league in steals. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's the all-time steals leader. Allen Iverson. Skip, just because you're not on ball and you're not hawking like Mike.
Listen, look, like I said before, these guys know what's up with Stephen Curry. They're just nitpicking them. They know Dame can't play no defense. They know Kyrie can't play no defense. They know Russell Westbrook has horrible defensive awareness. They're not going to hawk down on them because, you know, the hate is against the Golden State Warriors because of jealousy. They're just jealous of the Golden State Warriors. That's why. Because Golden State makes their favorite team look bad. I hear Kraft say that, oh, man, they're cocky. Oh, man, they rubbing it. They're pretty much saying that I'm jealous of them and they're enjoying it way too much for my liking.
And like Scotty or can glide Paul George or Pat Bell. Skip, that does not mean. Those of you talking about, there are levels to this. There are levels of offense. There are levels to defense. But, Skip, it's like this here. If Ernestine is talking to one of her girlfriends about how...
All right, great. They tend to, you know, have something of substance and they tend to repeat themselves. If you like this video, make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and this, that, no nonsense.